It's dynamic, changes over time, and social classes, including communities. Honorific is a word or expression that conveys respect when used in an address in reference to a second or third person. An honorific title is usually placed before the name of the subject, although honors and academic qualifications may appear after the person's name. So you have Dr. or Chief Good Governance, PhD, GCCC, JP. Then precedence refers to the order in which persons are to be acknowledged or recognized, especially at public functions, or invited to take their place at a table or speak. The observance of precedence is based on the need to give primacy to the most important persons within a hierarchy. Next slide, please. Okay. Just go on to the next slide. Now, observing protocol entails recognizing the personalities at an event in order of importance. And the observance of protocol before speaking at an event is a means of assisting the speaker to shake off nervousness. To shake off nervousness before he goes into the substance of what he wants to say. In addition, assuming previous speakers or events at that event, occurrences at the event, had incensed you. If you observe protocol, by the time you actually speak, some of the hurt and anger that you feel would have reduced, would have waned, and then you can now speak in a more stable way rather than end up using words that could offend those that are there with you. Next slide. In most cultures, if you're observing protocol, the first person to be recognized is the chairman of the event, followed by the guest of honor, and then all others in order of relative importance. So, Mr. Chairman or Madam Chairman or Chairperson, as most women would rather have it, guest of honor, members of the honorary table or high table, distinguished guests, colleagues, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen. But in Nigeria, this universal principle of recognizing the chairman first is often discarded when a very important political personality is at that event. Sometimes you might even find the chairman being relegated to the third, fourth, or even fifth person to be recognized because there are active political players. And who are those active political players? The president, the governor, vice president, deputy governor, senate president, chief justice of the federation, or even the chief judge of the state, as the case may be. Because in our mentality, those individuals are more important than the person who is serving as chairman, unless the one who is serving as chairman is also hierarchically, within the political hierarchy, higher than these other personalities. Then we may now recognize the chairman before others. But the universal practice is usually the chairman of the event before any other person. Yes.
So this is news to me, really. And so while we succeeded in doing that over time, or okay, now what can we do? What can one do in case we find ourselves? Can you now start with that chairman thing, and if it becomes an issue, how do you resolve it? Because, like you said, you have a governor, and there's a chairman that goes to address first, and you address chairman before the governor. If the governor decides to walk out, are you not the one to talk to?
So, I think the answer is just that. Yeah. Protocol is therefore cultural. Yeah. To avoid breach of protocol, it is better to be guided by local conventions and practices rather than insist on universal practice. You are a public relations person. Your responsibility is to create harmony among parties. So do not say universally the proper thing is to address the chairman. I'm going to do that, whether you like it or not. You know, if you do that, you may be causing problems.
Let's play it back.
Okay.
Let's play it back. So you do that, and the chairman also gets angry.
The chairman cannot get angry because the chairman already ingrained in his psyche is the fact that the governor or the president is ahead of him hierarchically. So the chairman won't get angry. And even if the chairman was a white man, where the practice in their own culture is to recognize the chairman first, I'm sure if he's reasonable and emotionally intelligent and culturally intelligent, he would accept that these black people, their way be that. Yes, sir.
Yeah, Barrister, I think also to solve this problem, as the PR person, as the
Okay, I've switched off. So, yeah.
I see. No, so what I'm thinking is, as the PR person, as the MC, or the person coordinating the program, you would see the trend before the beginning of the program. So you need to sensitize these same people about what you're going to do. Because it could happen. It does happen. I've been involved in a situation where there was a traditional ruler, an ambassador, and a governor. And they all came together to the same event. So I had to go around at the very beginning to explain to them this is the convention. So we would recognize this before this. And that's what happened. So I think you can do it if you understand the situation and explain to them beforehand so that nobody gets angry.
Okay, to also support what you just said, the version of the paper that will be shared to participants actually has a sample order of precedents that I got from a former chief of protocol in Government House, River State, where he made the point that at an event where a governor is host, after the president, hierarchically, you recognize the hosts before the others that are considered hierarchically higher than the governor in order of precedence, people like Senate president and so on. So there are subtle variations. We may not know it all, but there are people we could ask, and there are times we may use our own inventiveness and creativity, you know, to manage things. Sometimes even the personality of the individual might help to influence you. If you know that Caribbean George, the governor, is not a fussy person about matters like that, you could humor others at my expense, knowing I'm not likely to react or overreact. So these are some of the things. But what we're looking at are basically general conventions, practices that should help us, particularly when the situation is clear-cut. Yes, sir.
Thank you. I think there is a statement. There is an order of protocol as established by the federal government. Anyone can help himself, and it is also domesticated at the state level. So if you are following that order of protocol, that is government endorsed. If anybody feels like you are not treated him well, it's just a matter of making reference to both. It is not me. This is the order of protocol as established. That's it.
What if the person argues and tells you your order of protocol is rubbish? Who did this thing? Whoever did this does not have sense. In fact, they made him do this to specifically work against me.
Something about the existence of what the event was considered.
You know what? Let me remind you. Now, the order of protocol or precedents that I said I included from the former chief of protocol in Government House was designed or made before Senator Jonathan Zwingina also, some time ago, presented a bill for a new order of protocol. Are you aware of it?
Yeah.
Sometime around the year 2000 or so, presented a bill. So, and then if you even look at that, the one I'm going to